Message authentication. Till now we have understood about hash algorithm. So hash algorithm or hash digest provides the integrity, but it does not authenticate the sender of the message. Alice needs to provide proof that it is Alice sending the message or not any attacker. Okay. So for message authentication code is used. In this section, we will discuss about message authentication code and hashed message authentication code. Okay, now this is the diagram of message authentication code. Here Alice is a sender and Bob is a receiver. So Alice uses hash function to create message authentication code from the concatenation of key and the messages. Once the message authentication code is created, Alice sends the message and MAC over the insecure channel. Now in the receiver section, Bob separates the message and MAC and create a new MAC by using the concatenation of secret key and messages. Bob then compares the newly created MAC with the one received. If the two MAC matches, then only the message is authentic. Otherwise, it is rejected. So here, both message and MAC sent over the insecure channel. Attacker can see the message but cannot modify the message here because attacker does not know about the secret key. Okay. So why we use message authentication code? So sometimes only authentication is needed. So in that case we can use message authentication code. And note that here message authentication code is not a digital signature and it does not provide non-repudiation. We have already discussed about non-repudiation in the digital signature. Okay. So okay, let's talk about security of message authentication code, and here how can attacker force a message without knowing the secret key. So here three types of attacks may possible: brute force attack, pre-image attack, and non-plaintext attack. So if the size of the key is small, in that case attacker may prepend all possible keys at the beginning of the message and make a digest to find the digest equal to the one intercepted. Okay, and the pre-image attack may possible. So if the size of the key is large, in that case attacker can use another tool, that is pre-image attack. So it will by using this tool attacker can easily find the secret key. Okay, so next is the non-plaintext attack. So attacker can find a secret key by checking some pairs of message and message authentication code. Okay, so the security of message authentication code depends on the basically security of hash algorithm. Okay, so nested message authentication code. This message authentication code were designed to improve the security of message authentication code. So here hashing is done in two steps. In the first step, the key is concatenated with a message and passed through the hash algorithm, and the output of this is called the intermediate message authentication code. So in the second step, again the key is concatenated with intermediate message authentication code, and the overall is passed through the hash algorithm, and output of this hash algorithm is called the message authentication code, and this is the final message authentication code. So here this algorithm is basically called the nested message authentication code because here hashing is done in two steps. So let's talk about HMAC. HMAC is basically hashed message authentication code, and it is much more complex as compared to the normal message authentication code. So and it is more secure than other authentication code. Okay, so here this is the complete diagram of hashed message authentication code. So here the message is actually divided into n blocks. Okay, and the secret key is left padded and XORed with a constant called input pad. Okay, and the output of this is prepended to message block, and the overall is passed to the hash algorithm, and it produces an intermediate HMAC. Now again secret key is left padded and it is again XORed with another constant called output paired, and the output of this again prepended with intermediate HMAC. Now the overall is passed through the hash algorithm, and ultimately we will get the HMAC, that is hashed message authentication code. So this is the overall of HMAC. So the last message authentication code, CMAC or CBCMAC, this method is similar to cipher block chaining mode, which is already discussed in Unit 1. Here the idea is to create one block of MAC from n block of plain text using asymmetric key cipher n times. As you can see from the diagram, the message M is divided into n blocks and each block is m bits long. So here the first block M1, capital M1 of the message is encrypted with a symmetric key to create an m bit block of encrypted data, and this block is again XORed with the next block, and the result is encrypted again to create a new m bit block, and the process continues until the last block of the message is encrypted. So here as you can see, another key K which is XORed only at the last step, and after that we select the n bit leftmost bit and the output, and lastly we get the output n bit CMAC. So here the key, small k key, is derived from the encryption algorithm with plaintext of M0 bits using the cipher key K, capital K. The result is then multiplied by X if no padding is applied, and multiplied by X square if padding is applied, and output of this is actually small k. Okay, so thank you.